You've tuned into The Mountain Gardener with your host, Ken Lain. Gardening, it can be challenging, but with these simple insider tips, you'll reap huge rewards. Now, let's tune into today's Mountain Gardener with Ken and Lisa. You can almost count on the mountains of Arizona that we're going to have rain. We never know how much, but there is a monsoonal pattern, this tropical moisture. So it's coming up through Mexico. You can see it's hitting the border of New Mexico and Arizona right now. So it starts in Texas, hits eastern New Mexico, kind of float. Now it's in western New Mexico, and then it's days away from us. You can watch it on the Weather Channel radar. It just comes up. And we'll count on it. It's going to happen. It's usually in July, usually July 4th. It's somewhere in there. I know the weather people, they say, oh, no, it's the end of June. That's when it officially starts. Well, I don't know where, but it's not over my gardens. But it does hit sometime a week or two after that. And so this is an advantage for you. So some of your plants, they were new. They've leafed out. Their leaves are starting to get thicker. They're still growing. And so you can fertilize right now to really double down on their root structure, to get more girth on their trunks, to have more stem sturdiness, to actually have more blossoms on some of your plants, especially those that repeat bloom, like roses, hydrangeas, all these different kinds of plants. They benefit from a food and the rain that's coming. So the secret is, don't wait for the rain before you fertilize. Put it on just before. So when that first rain comes, it goes right down through the rock, through that fabric, around the root structure, and just fertilizes the plants. Literally, it's a second growing season. This will be some of your most ideal time to be putting in trees. Because back in the spring, February, March, April, you're buying aspens and maples and crepe myrtles, and you had crab apples and red buds. They were all great, but they were all small. And then they had new foliage. They've been growing. Now you come in and we've had them at the farm. We've restocked. Now they've got 3 extra more feet of growth. So you get a bigger tree. And now you've got maybe the blossoms are done for the spring blossoms for crab apples and red buds and, service berries, some of those, but you're getting ready for the root structure and the extra growth on those trees, especially shade trees or privacy screens. This is a great time. Main thing is, if you've got a yard that just looks a little stressed, this is an opportunity to get them unstressed, to help nurture them along. And so there's 2 things I'm doing with my gardens right now, the landscape, especially established things, is I'm I'm providing for them this lush food, 744 all-purpose plant food. It's an organic food. The main ingredient in that is bird guano, bird poop. It's a great nitrogen source. So if the leaves are a little tattered, they're a little small, you just want another flush of growth, bird guano is perfect. Secondly, the second ingredient is cottonseed meal. So if you want a plant that has bigger flowers, more fragrance, if you're a rosarian, you give cottonseed meal to your roses right before you enter them in the county fair because you want a bigger, more fragrant flower. That's what you do. So if you want more root structure, more fruits, more blossoms, cottonseed meal. And then we put some iron, some sulfur, some other goodies in there, but it's pelletized, so it spreads through a spreader, all natural. And so it's safer for your pets, your birds, and it is great for your landscape. The reason being, synthetic foods like your turf builders, these big ortho things, they as soon as you get one rain, they just release all at once. And then they're gone in just 2 or 3 weeks. In fact, most of that food flushes down the waterway because we get all of our rain in these gully washers, picks up that food and kind of makes it dissolve and washes downstream. So you're doing your neighbors more of a favor than you, or you're just polluting our water stream. Organics don't do that. They break down slowly over a longer period of time, which your plants love. They prefer that. Your worms prefer that. And so I'm putting all-purpose plant food on everything in the yard, including, and I think most importantly this year, the native plants, especially your junipers, pinyon pines, ponderosas, these native plants. They got so stressed last spring, late winter, spring, they need some help. A little bit of food goes a long way. And then if you truly see something in the yard that's truly stressed, you're like, oh my gosh, it's losing leaves. It's yellowing. It looks wilty. I can tell it doesn't look like last year. Those plants, in addition to the all-purpose plant food, that's a no-brainer there. The second one I'm giving them is humic, Humic, humic acid. It's also granular. You put it down at the same time. It doesn't matter which one goes down first. But what humic does, humic acid, it feeds the soil. So the worms and the mycorrhizals, all the good stuff in the soil comes alive. And if the tree sees the soil's alive, that it's all going to be okay. I should send out more roots. If you want to increase the root growth of your plants, humic. If you want top growth, 744 all-purpose plant food. That's how you use those too. And you want them down, I would say, ASAP. I mean, like now, put the radio down, get over here, get a bag and put it on your yard. It's that important. You want to get it down because the rains are coming. Take advantage of that. Especially if you have brand new yards, they're just small plants. Get them to grow. That's how you do it.
Waters Garden companion plants for July are hibiscus, purple verbena, crepe myrtle, and sensation maples.
Sensation maples grow fast. The spring leaves erupt with soft reds that quickly mature to a refreshing green for summer-long shade.
Autumn, it unleashes a brilliant display of red leaves.
Where this maple really shines is in the areas with challenging garden soils.
The picture-perfect tree to line driveways or shade a patio.
You'll only find Sensation maples here at Waters Garden Center in Prescott.
For a more fruitful garden, increased success in the landscape that just feels better, then tune in daily to the Mountain Gardener podcast. Subscribe through your favorite podcast streamer or visit watersgardencenter.com. Better yet, visit me directly right here at Waters Garden Center. Thanks for tuning in.